We're going to bring in Dan Radomski, who runs the Centrepolis Accelerator at the aforementioned Lawrence Technological University. We give you guys a lot of publicity on this show. My specialty, I wouldn't say my specialty, but I have a lot of knowledge on Industry 4.0, the fourth industrial revolution. In fact, I've been researching it now for 9 months. I'm coming out with a big series here shortly. And so what caught my eye was a press release that Matt sent out, I think a week or so ago, where you got a new grant, I believe, that now you're going to take the educational component of Industry 4.0 to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Did I get that right, Dan?
There's two programs. We have one program that is supporting the development of new physical products in partnership in the Upper Peninsula with other smart zones and economic development groups. That was our most recent grant by the SBA. But we also run an Industry 4.0 accelerator for the state of Michigan, which covers the entire state, including the UP.
Okay. So Dan, tell me a little bit about this latest grant, the $150,000 from the SBA. Where did the idea come from to focus this one on the Upper Peninsula? Because I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, so the SBA has what's known as a Growth Accelerator Fund competition. They do this quite often every year, every other year. And it's primarily intended for programs that are going to support the expansion of really good programs into certain new territories on a regional basis. And they released funding for stage one up to $50,000 to build capacity, connections, and plans across the entire U.S. And the focus of the themes of accelerator programs that we're looking for were either domestic manufacturing and production, which we fit well on, or national security and global competitiveness, climate and renewable energy, which is also a focus of ours, and also serving underserved communities. And you can argue that the Upper Peninsula with its rural communities in many ways fits the underserved community profile.
So how exactly is that going to play out? So what happens?
Yeah, so we were already serving portions of the state of Michigan for anyone that was developing a hard tech product. Again, a hard tech product can be a physical product, can be advanced materials, advanced manufacturing system. And we were looking to expand our services to help more Upper Peninsula companies, and doing that in a very strategic way by partnering with the 3 smart zone incubators that are in the Upper Peninsula. There's MTech up in Houghton, Innovate Marquette, obviously in Marquette, and then Sault Ste. Marie and Sault Ste. Marie area. And we also partnered with Shop House Park, which is an entity focused on outdoor recreation in the UP and innovation in that space, and Invest UP, which is launching a new fund for outdoor recreation tech companies. So the first phase of the SBA grant was to work with those entities to put a hard tech development plan for the UP in their very, very specific regions, based on their assets, their capabilities, and their interest in investing in companies in different parts of the UP. And then we applied for a phase 2 SBA grant that allowed us up to additional $150,000, which we were awarded for, to actually now execute that plan and start offering services to hard tech companies in the Upper Peninsula.
So will you be establishing a presence up there, or is it going to be a series of fun road trips to get up there, or virtual sessions?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I mean, obviously, when you work across the state, we're fortunate to have all these great organizations, including other smart zone incubators, strategically positioned to help serve entrepreneurs in those regions. So rather than try to create a physical presence, we really offer our hard tech development services, which are really unique, right? Our ability to help design, engineer, prototype products, help with manufacturing readiness. We offer those as an extension of the existing smart zone incubators in their regions. So they launch it as a new service that we now offer hard tech development services in partnership with Centrepolis. And obviously we have to travel up there a bit, but there's a lot we can do to support companies across the state remotely via web meetings, of course.
I hope there's a stipend in there for plane travel. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a lot of time as in a vehicle,
Yeah, people don't realize it at times, but it's a good 8-9 hour drive, like from Metro Detroit area all the way up to Houghton, for instance, where Michigan Tech is located. I personally went up there in August to meet with all the Smart Zone incubators, a lot of the different clients that they work with that are hard tech based, and material innovations, manufacturing innovations, and we've already begun to provide services to some of those companies, including an investment we made of $100,000 into a spinoff of Michigan Tech University that has a really unique method for recycling battery cells, as well as taking the waste tailings from mining operations up there in the UP and converting it back to raw materials.
Huh. Why don't we talk a little bit about what you guys do at Centrepolis Accelerator? Where I always assume that parts of the audience don't know what that would be or what you do. So here's your chance to do a shameless plug.
Yeah. So about 6 years ago, we launched, an incubator accelerator arm here at Lawrence Tech University that really aligned well with the original theory and practice engineering disciplines that Lawrence Tech teaches to the students, and focused on manufacturing entities, right? So specifically, we support the development of new products to be design engineered, prototyped, and manufactured right here in our home state of Michigan. And then we also work with existing established manufacturers if they're trying to launch a new product or trying to bring efficiencies into their manufacturing operations, like Industry 4.0 methods to help improve throughput, reduce downtime, improve quality, and obviously improving their operational expenditures and efficiencies. So we launched a number of initiatives, a number of new programs that support the whole state of Michigan, and we're very fortunate to have now 16 Lawrence Tech students that play a role in helping develop some of the products. So we marry experienced engineers and partner them with students to help actually develop products. And it's everything from consumer products to medical devices to the next generation electric vehicle.
And you do a lot of this through a very impressive network of longtime industry experts, right? People with really impressive pedigrees and credentials and resumes in the advanced manufacturing business. I was just looking at the website a couple of days ago, and the roster of experts in residence is really incredible.
Yeah, and it's grown over the time as we've actually been able to achieve some budget. We've been able to add some really talented individuals to our team, and so the way our model is to really take experienced engineers, material experts, design for manufacturability experts, and really embed them in startups and established firms that don't have that expertise to ensure that the product gets designed the right way, designed for durability, reliability, designed to drive out costs and complexity in the products to ensure that they can get to the right price point. So most of our now 40 plus manufacturing experts and residents all have 20, 30 years of experience or more in their fields. And making that available to a startup that doesn't have that expertise, or even an established small business that may be limited in their capabilities, has proven to work really well. We've had companies even move from out of state to Michigan specifically for our program and to work with our experts to bring their product to market.
Okay, so talk a little bit about some of the physical product services you have there in Southfield. I know it looks a little like, part of your offices there at Centrepolis look like an office building, and parts of it looks like a small manufacturing plant.
Yeah, so we were very fortunate to get support from Lawrence Tech University, a building they owned on campus, as well as the city of Southfield that contributed significant investment, and the Michigan Economic Development Corporation to take what was a commercial building and convert it into part co-working space and offices. So the businesses that we support have a place to work, and then part product design and prototyping lab. So we have obviously a number of 3D printers, a machine shop, laser engraver, wide variety of prototyping tools. And we actually use this space to help design the product. So that means using computer-aided design to help design the product in the virtual domain. Use sophisticated tools like finite element analysis to ensure that in the virtual domain we can do all the study on using the right materials and ensure it's going to be durable and reliable. And then obviously carrying out the prototyping into not just first line prototypes, but prototypes that will go in the hands of customers for evaluation. And then we've even taken on some projects where maybe we produce the first 100 or 200 units for like a low volume run to help the companies we're supporting get into market.
And you're also working closely with Automation Alley, which is, well, it used to be just Southeast Michigan, now expanded into a statewide operation. And again, their real focus is getting back to my original point, Industry 4.0. There's so much to that. I don't want to go through the laundry list, but you've named many of the elements that you were just talking about are in the fourth industrial revolution. Third being we had the cobots and robots and whatnot in the 90s, and now it's expanded way beyond that. 3D printing, AI, you name it, it's all involved. We're trying to make manufacturing in Michigan much smarter, I should say, and much more efficient, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's we've been really fortunate to work with Automation Alley. They're really the flagship knowledge center for Industry 4.0, and we partnered with them a number of years ago, about 4 years ago, to launch the Industry 4.0 Accelerator, which is North America's only I4O accelerator. And we partner with now over 40 manufacturers, some very big names like Ford and General Motors, as well as a lot of tier one suppliers like Magna and American Axle and others, Learcorp. And then non-automotive companies like Whirlpool, and appliance manufacturing, and then a number of small manufacturers, medium manufacturers, system integrators. And basically what we do is we work with them to understand the problem statements that they're trying to solve to bring better efficiency in their plant, better throughput, improve quality, try to reduce operating expenditures by utilizing I4O technology. And then what we do is we go out globally and we find the best I4O tech companies, no matter where they reside in the world. And then we match make them with our manufacturers in Michigan for them to demonstrate and test out the technologies. And if they have the right value proposition, then obviously they go enterprise wide, and more important, they improve their margin, improve their quality, and that those savings and that value add allows them to be more globally competitive by manufacturing a product right here in Michigan by utilizing these technologies.
Okay. So we have a couple of minutes left here. Why don't you tell people how they can learn more about all these great programs to help them be better in business?
Yeah, so on our website, CentrepolisAccelerator.com, you can get to any of our programs, including the program designed for Michigan manufacturing that I was referring to that helps companies from all across the state develop the products. And then the Industry 4.0 Accelerator link is also on there, as well as all the other programs that we manage.